Manatina, my niece, mama. The Lion King is coming back. We gotta talk about it. Hey, it is Lise Winnie back again for another episode of Millennials Anonymous. And yes, my name is Lisa, and I am a millennial. So we're going to get the things rolling and get right into it. We have 4 topics to talk about today. So we're going to talk about The Lion King because that is coming out on Friday. And I got on my Simba shirt and everything. Then we're going to talk about Trump and his tweets. Again. Then we're gonna talk about Rkelly and like victim shaming in our society and everything that's going on with that. And then we're gonna talk about Jermaine Dupri and his comments against female rappers. But before we get into that, I want to thank Miss Ashley Wynn Grimes for coming on to the show Freeing Friday last Friday. She was an amazing guest, very informative. Please reach out to her if you are a nurse and you're trying to get some credentialing, some classes and stuff. Reach out to her at Cannabis Nursing Solutions. If you are a medical cannabis user and you need help with planning and regulating your medicine and everything, reach out to her. Cannabis Nursing Solutions. She was absolutely amazing. I also want to say thank you to E. Digga. He was an amazing co-host. So shout out. Please tune in to Charm City Direct TV. Speaking of which, there is a new membership coming. So if you find Young Black Panthers Network, the membership is very inexpensive. It's like $5 or $10. You get original content made by African American people. So if you want support, you got support. You know what I mean? So it is trying to be something like the new BET 2.0 and has a bunch of different things like sports and news and entertainment and me and all that loudness. So if you want to hear more, definitely go and check him out or check that whole network out. And I want to let you guys know that we may have another episode of Freeing Friday coming up this week, so stay tuned for that, and I will give you some information on that at the end of the show. But let's move right into it now. All right, so let's roll right into it. So we are starting this off on a somber note. Actor Rip Torn has passed away at the age of 88, according to his publicist. He did pass away peacefully in his sleep. He was in Men in Black, for those of you who may not know that name, and he also was in the Larry Sanders Show. Very funny. I loved him in Men in Black. Rest in peace to Rip Torn. Meghan Markle meets Beyonce, so the Duchess meets the Queen, or the Queen meets the Duchess. So it was just a bunch of black girl magic all up in there, and Jay-Z was there and everything. Spider-Man killed it in the box office. 172 million with 4.5 stars on Rotten Tomatoes. They absolutely loved it after they said that black girls couldn't play the character. What is the one with the red hair in the movie? They said she couldn't do it, and Zendaya did it, and they loved it. And that is a proven fact to all of you that say that black girls can't play fake characters that can be played by anybody. Y'all be doing all the complaining, then you love it. Russell Westbrook will be traveling to Houston with Jane Harden so that they can travel together all up and down that court. ICE raids started last Sunday in U.S. cities, major U.S. cities. So people are trying to get together to see how they can make it better and see what they can do. But we will definitely see what happens. AOC and Pelosi are divided on a U.S. border security bill, which Pelosi kind of went after AOC was saying some stuff on Twitter. So she kind of had to learn that the big dog is the big dog. Then Facebook is not going to be moving forward with their cryptocurrency. They're not going to be moving forward with their cryptocurrency until they have full congressional support behind it. And New York power went out. They lost all that power. Ray Madison, they just chunk. They messed up culture party and everything. It was terrible. But the lights came back on, so everybody's good. And yes, I'm moving my hands because that's what you do when you talk about New York. I don't know. And then Hurricane Barry said he was not going to be upgrade you. He going to downgrade you to be a tropical storm. But he said, I'm still going to cause a problem because I'm Hurricane Barry. Like, you just not going to just get rid of me like that. You know what I mean? Yeah. So that has been your top 10 trending topics. Now we're going to get into the topics now. Let's get into our topics for today. Yeah. Yes. Let's get it. So let's move right into it and let's talk about the Lion King. Savannah, my Lisa, mama. Yeah, that was my song. It brings back memories. So I am intrigued. Nobody excited, but I am intrigued to go see it and see what's become of it. You got John Oliver playing Zazu. He kind of looked like him a little bit, and I could see it. I was like, I could see it. And then you got, what's his name? Seth Rogen. He looked a little bit like Puma. I could see it. I could see it in the face. You know what I mean? I could see it. And I was like, okay, I'm so excited and I'm so happy. And, Donald Glover can sing, sort of, in a way. And then you have Beyonce, who's a singer, and then I heard the album, and the album is like real dope. I'm really excited about the songs on there. Now, oh yeah, and James Earl Jones came back as Mufasa. He is back again. So I'm intrigued. I keep very say excited, but I'm not really excited. So I don't want to say that and then not be telling the truth. I'm intrigued because I'm a millennial. Okay, so I grew up on The Lion King. I was in elementary school when The Lion King came out. It was the first movie that cartoon that ever made me cry. Like tears when Mufasa died. I was like, oh, not his father, no Lord. Like I was crying. I was like bawling because that was the first time like they showed somebody just fall off a cliff, like real, like really like die, especially the good guy, you know what I mean? Because when Bambi, I watched Bambi. For those of y'all that don't know what Bambi is, Google it. It's this story about a deer. It's Bambi. So I watched Bambi. When Bambi mama died in the woods, I was like, they shot a deer. It wasn't like I didn't have a connection. I don't know why. They were both animals, but just didn't have the connection. I guess because Mufasa fell in the motherland. I don't know. But as a kid, my heart broke for Simba. Run away, Simba. And never. That was just tears, real tears. So for me, I'm intrigued. Some of the stuff has me perplexed. Not gonna lie, a little bit perplexed. Let me preference this by saying, and I'm doing a lot of clicking today. Let me preference this by saying, I done said this 10 times now. I love Beyonce. Love Beyonce. I love her in music. I've never been a fan of Beyonce in movies. So I'm curious to see how this turns out because she's not really acting so much. She's doing more the voice work. However, you'd still kind of need to have that same, emphasis and stuff on words. And the part that I saw maybe was just a flat part. Was kind of flat. So I'm curious to see how it plays out because like I said, I've only seen the commercials. I haven't seen the full movie or the full film, so we'll see. Because Beyonce is amazing in the music. She is a beast. I have been rocking with her since Destiny's Child. Do you hear me? Destiny's Child, when I was young and I was like, oh, I want to be her and I want to be her. I was always LaToya Luckett because she kind of close to my complexion and everything. But I was like, I want to be her. I've been rocking since Destiny's Child. I have every album Beyonce has ever had. And I got Ivy Park upstairs. I even had Darion jeans when they was out. Trust me, I support Beyonce. However, Beyonce in film, I don't know. Like, I just feel like I feel like she's so talented. It's just she can't have everything. You know what I mean? Like some things you just can't have because gotta be a little even. So we'll see what happens. Nala's not really a big role. Like she in the beginning as a kid and she go away and then she come back a little bit at the end. So we'll see what happens. I don't think Beyonce's really gonna be in this film that much. I think most of it's really gonna be Donald Glover, Seth Rogen, like those characters. But we'll see what happened. Speaking of Beyonce, she looked amazing at the premiere when she met Meghan Markle. Some people didn't like the dress. I loved the dress. Some people was like, do you like thick Beyonce? I love thick Beyonce because it makes me feel like a normal person, even though I'd never be on her level as far as her physique is. Did you see Homecoming? She got down. She had 2 babies and got down. I had 3 babies separately and I still can't lose the weight. So I rep, big up, all respect. I can't mess with that. But like when I'm telling you, I don't know about this film yet, because like I said, I'm already not feeling all the live action stuff, because I'm like, who you make this for? Did you make this for us, the millennials, the kids that grew up on this film? Because little kids, my youngest daughter is not gonna sit through this and watch real, like, CGI lions talking to each other. Like, it's just like, she'll watch for a minute, like, oh, he talking, and then all right, like, where the cartoons at? Why they didn't make it a cartoon, I don't know. I don't know. It probably would have been more colorful if they made it into a cartoon. Like, I don't need to see the National Geographic lions talk. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I could have seen it as a cartoon, but we could see what's going to happen. I might come back on here and say something totally different. Like, man, that was just the best movie I've ever seen in my life. I was again when Mufasa fell off the cliff. You know what I mean? Like, you just gotta wait and see. Like, let me wait and see. And I'm gonna have to go to the movies by myself, because, like I said, my kids, my oldest daughter, kind of want to see it, but the rest of them is like, I'll pass, hard pass. So we'll see what happens. But I'll let you know when I see it how I feel about it. Okay. I feel like Cardi for the day. For some reason, my mouth is just clicking and stuff. I don't know what's going on. Let me move on to the next topic. So let's talk a little bit. I'm a little wispy too. Let's talk a little bit about Trump's tweets. Trump's racist tweets, which is sad that could really be a headline for any week. Just pick a week, any week of 52 weeks. It could be any week. At any point, he says racist stuff every day. Like, it's getting to the point where it's like, why? Like, at what point would it make you think, when he was typing that, yeah, this is a good idea? Like, I would love to know what's on his mind, to that he would think that was a good idea. Like, it's outrageous to me that this is still happening. And, like, the tweets, I mean, if I can't find it, I won't tell you exactly what it says, but it's something along the line, yeah, I'm working still. Like I said last time, I'll be working sometime. So this is what it says, the part that really had people like, what did he just say? It says, why don't they go back? This, mind you, this is a series of tweets. He sent off a series of tweets in a firestorm. Why don't they go back and help fix the totally broken and crime-infested places from which they came? Then come back and show us how it is done. Again, like I said, why he would think that was a good idea, I don't know. For me, it's just like, it's to the point where I'm just like, I don't know. Like, I don't know what to say no more. Like, it's one of them things where it's like, it's expected. Like, people say, I'm so surprised. I'm like, are you? He says this stuff every single week. Every week. And people are up in arms because the white nationalists are loving these comments, because there's of course, running theme. They go back to Africa, go back where you came from. And for some reason, he doesn't understand that is a connection. Or I think he understands. He just is not going to admit it, because he says it how it is. But not really. So, to me, if Barack Hussein Obama had done a piece, a little fraction of any of the things he had done, first of all, he wouldn't have the Democratic nomination. That's one. And second, he would not be the president of the United States, at least not for very long. So it's amazing to me that this is even still happening today, and he still has a base. So there's been an update. There actually was a press conference held by the Squad, who was given that name due to their connection to one another. But it really consists of 4 congresswomen of color, which is Representative Rashida Tlaib of Michigan. We have Ilhan Omar of Washington. We have, got that wrong. So we have Ilhan Omar of Minnesota, and we have Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez of New York, and then Ayanna Pressley of Massachusetts. So those individuals are affectionately known as the Squad, and that's who Trump went after. They actually held a press conference. Most of them pretty much stayed on the side of don't get down in the dirt. This is a distraction. Kind of keep it straight and narrow. We are not going to get into this with him in a back and forth. I think Representative Omar said she wasn't even going to address it with an answer. That's something that I think is a smart thing to do, to kind of ignore him, because really at this point he wants attention. So I think for them to kind of ignore him serves him good. But AOC said she wasn't surprised by it. Representative Tlaib said that, Trump's remarks are a continuation of his racist and xenophobic playbook. And then, of course, Ayanna Pressley said that she's not going to get down into it with him. This office requires somebody that has the dignity and integrity, which he is not showing right now. Or I don't think he's ever shown it. And then he's launching some tweets back at them as this is going on, and he's giving incorrect information in the tweets that can be easily verified. But the scary part is that some of his base, they're not going to go back and verify it, and then they're just going to take it as true. So it's insane. One of the tweets that he put was, the Democrats are trying to distance themselves from the four progressives, but now they are forced to embrace them. That means they are endorsing socialism, hate of Israel and the U.S. Not good for the Democrats. I don't know. And Ayanna Pressley, Representative Ayanna Pressley, actually said, do not take the bait, is what she said. But it's funny to me that, like I said, he still even has a shot, because he still could potentially win the 2020 election. And it's just one of those things that it just never ends. Like he said, we will never be a socialist or communist country. If you're not happy here, you can leave. It is your choice and your choice alone. This is about love of America. Certain people hate our country. They are anti-Israel, pro. It's just ridiculous. Pro Al-Qaeda. And comments on the 9/11 attack. Some people did something. Radical left Democrats want open borders, which means drugs, crime, human trafficking, and much more. It just couldn't be further from the truth. It's not true at all. None of them have ever said anything to the contrary. None of them ever said they were pro Al-Qaeda. None of them ever said they wanted to leave. None of them ever said any of that. And the funniest part about it is that people give him, Donald Trump, credit for things that are not really that's not because of him. And my concern is that I don't know what's going to happen in 2020. We got 57 Democrats running. We had one person drop out, but then we had Tom Steyer said that he was going to run. So then as soon as he drop out, somebody come back in. I'm like, it's just too much. We need to really build up that 1, 2, 3 people that potentially could really win. And let's just focus on them. And the rest of y'all just please sit down. It's just not worth the confusion. And that's why I'm really concerned. And I think that we live in a time now where you can say things like this, and it's like, okay, we can say it. He kind of gave us a pass because the president of the United States believes it, so we believe it too, and we're proud to be able to say it. So we need to get back in a time where the president is there to unite and not there to tear it apart, because other presidents have disagreed with Democrats and disagreed with Republicans and independents alike, but they didn't do this. This is a scary thing. And I think he also is relying too heavily on the stock market. The stock market is great, but if you don't have stock, it's not really you. The unemployment might be low, but if you still working a job where you making minimum wage and you still can't pay your bills, you're not going to be sitting up there like, oh, this is the best thing ever. And I think there's a disconnect. So let's get up, let's vote, and let's get him up out of office so he can go back to Trump Tower where Rkelly girls is at and be okay. Yeah, bye. Rkelly. But before I get into Rkelly, let's talk about Michael Avenatti, because I incorrectly said Michael Avenatti was Rkelly's attorney. He is not Rkelly's attorney, but he is involved in this case. He is actually involved on the prosecution side. He is representing or helping to represent 3 of the girls who are bringing claims against Rkelly. But how he gonna help anybody when he got his own stuff going on? Like, you gonna be telling your client, like, hey, what you doing here? Well, me, I gotta go for my case. You got other people you representing the same day? No, I had to go for my own case. I had to talk to my attorney, and everything. Like, how that work? How you both gonna be going to trial at the same time? Like, that just don't make no sense. Yeah, he got embezzlement and all that other jazz. So, I mean, it's crazy. Like, how do you have so much dysfunction centered around you? I don't know. But Kelly, so maybe he really is Kelly's attorney, because it sounds like a circus. Like, maybe this is a way to distract people. I don't know. But Kelly is facing 13 new counts. 13. Yeah, 13. Federal. He ain't going home for a long time. And I don't even know if they're going to give him bail. I think he doesn't have a trial until Wednesday. So I don't know if they'll actually give him bail. I don't think there will be no mystery fans that pop up out of nowhere. He got 20 videos of child pornography, of him with a minor on him that have been sent over. His people ain't protecting him no more because he don't got no more money. And it's like, well, I ain't going to jail for you. Sorry, Kels. I ain't going to jail for you, Pied Piper. You can pipe it in the pied in the jail, because I ain't piping and pied with you. We can't both pipe and pied. How do you rectify that now? Because you can't say that there's no evidence, because clearly there's evidence. And so, I think he's going to be looking at some time. I think he's going to be looking at some hefty time. If he didn't get thrown the keys and locked away, I would be shocked at this point. But I think he's going away for a long time, and I think it's well overdue, and I think it does bring to the forefront of rape culture in our society, because a lot of people was blaming the girls. It was like, what the girls have on? What was they doing? It was fast girls. How they go? It's not about the victim. It's about the perpetrator. They are the people that are supposed to be held accountable, not the victim. It doesn't matter what she had on. It really doesn't. Like, I've never seen, like, in our culture, we do it all the time. It's like, what did the woman have on when she got raped? Doesn't matter. The person who raped her should have had enough willpower to not attack her, not the other way around. Like, I mean, to me, it doesn't matter what you got on. You shouldn't be enticing people to lose their self-control. Self-control is control of self, control of thyself, not control of, as long as you don't wear that, as long as you don't got that on. It's control of thyself. So you need to know that it has nothing to do with the victim. It is clearly all on the perpetrator. Let's get away from that, because I think that's how he was able to hide in plain sight for so long, because people knew that, they were just going to blame the victims, and they were African-American girls, poor girls at that. So let's get away from that. So let's not blame the victim anymore, because that is absolutely outrageous. It's ridiculous. And it's unnecessary. And that is all I got to say on Kells, Rkelly, Kells, Pied Piper, whatever you want to call him, because he, goodbye, he ain't gonna be, you ain't gonna see him in nobody's closet. You ain't gonna see him in nobody's Jeep, and he ain't gonna be wanting to ride it, because he gonna be in the jail cell, trapped in the jail cell, in the jail, over there. So you ain't gonna see him. You ain't gonna see him. He ain't gonna want to listen to his music. He ain't gonna be wanting to bump and grind when he in there. He ain't gonna want to hear nobody body calling for him. He ain't gonna want to be hearing that when he in there. You know what I mean? So, bye. Let's talk about Jermaine Dupri, so deaf in the house. Yeah, so Jermaine Dupri pissed off a lot of people. So basically this week he was talking about female rappers only talk about sex and stripping and their body and stuff like that. What he failed to realize is that the male rappers nowadays are not talking about anything either. So if you're going to piss people off, let's just piss off everybody. Just make it an equal opportunity piss off. Let's just piss off everybody, EEOC style, so that everybody can hear this truth. Because, listen, they don't even have, some of these people aren't even saying words. We ain't even getting words. We just getting that pop pop in the pop drop in the get top pop. Now I got a hit album. You know what I mean? Like, it's just yeah, no, it's just they're not even words. Like, I don't even know what to say about that. So, and that's not even, most of the people that are doing that are not female rappers. Most of the people that are doing that are male rappers. So it's not just the female rappers that aren't expanding past a certain repertoire. And then I mean, I've listened to some of their, well, not some, I listened to the music, and look, some of the albums and records are different, and they're talking about different things. But men also talk about sex all the time, and women, and how much money they got. So it doesn't really translate. It just sounds very misogynistic when it comes out like that, because it's like he's just pointing fingers at one person. And Cardi B made sense. And like I said, I don't always agree with Cardi, but this time Cardi made sense. Cardi was saying, like, it's not the female rappers, it's the art, it's the industry that doesn't allow these other artists to come out. Now, we had some big artists. We had Lauryn Hill before she stopped showing up on time or showing up to her own concerts, and she kind of went off on the deep end with the Unplugged, the MTV Unplugged. I think it went right when things had started to go awry. But we had Lauryn. Lauren was, she wasn't selling sex. She was selling knowledge. She kind of, looked like she might got some incense. Like she was different, man. You know what I mean? And she was super talented. We have other people. We have, and that was back in the day. I mean, we had Missy. She was just the beast with the beats. And she was, kind of clever. And she wasn't selling sex either. She was selling talent. And same thing with Queen Latifah. She wasn't selling sex. She was just selling her talent and just showing who she was. But the thing is, they became big in other aspects. Like Missy was a producer and she had other people and she was doing stuff, but they didn't make the same they didn't blow up like the other rappers. They didn't blow up like the rappers that we have today. And I think it's because they didn't sell sex, and sex sells in this country. Sex sells everywhere. People want to hear about it. They want to see about it. The people that are the most beautiful and the people that are the most popular now, if you look on their Instagrams and stuff, that's all they show. They bikinis or doing the bathing suits, the very low cut, very tight, bodycon, everything, bodycon night clothes. Like, it's just everything is sexy. Like, you can't not be sexy anymore. And so sex sells. So that's just what people want. That's what people want to see. So it's not just the industry that puts people in this box. And for female artists and rappers, it's like they can't get out of this box. Like, they have to fit what's in that box, and if they outside of the box, the industry doesn't embrace them because we don't embrace them. Meaning the people that buy the music, we don't embrace those artists. Like Janelle Monáe, she's big and everything. She sold a lot of records, but we don't see her quite as often and as much as we see some of these other rappers, because she is not out there selling sex. That's not what she is. That's not what she does. We have like young M.A. She's not out there selling that. That's just not who she is. So I was like, you have rappers that are already out there that they make it and they have songs here and there, albums here and there, and they're selling albums and records, but they're not nearly as big as some of the other ones that is what they do. And the ones that kind of take off, that's what they do, because the young girls, they want to follow behind the ones that kind of look a certain way because they're the ones that get the guys and they're the ones that get the most attention. It's just how it is. But it's a combination of the consumer and the industry, because if the consumer if we required a different type of artist, the industry wouldn't have a choice but to provide us with a different type of artist, because they would want to sell records, music, clothes, jewelry, whatever it is. They use these people as vehicles to sell stuff. And so if they can't sell it, if we're not buying it, they're going to change it until they can find out who can sell me this stuff, right? So it's us, and we got to look at ourselves in order to figure it out. Because I'm like I said the other day, like, I had to hug my daughter, because I'm like, y'all don't even have words no more. Like, it's just, a lot of it is just, or if they do have words, it's like, what did he say? I'm not really following. He is speaking English, right? Yeah, okay, no. So it's hard nowadays to even follow a full song full through and through. So, I mean, Jermaine Dupri talking about women rappers, you don't even know what the men rappers say. Maybe that's what they saying. Maybe that's what brat means. You don't know. Nobody know. When you figure it out, you let me know. Because don't nobody know what that means. It could mean something sexual. We don't know. Because, if you're talking about maybe that's the industries they came from, rap is about your experience, your lived experience, what you did, and that's what they lived. And like the men talk about rapping and like some of them talk about their past life and drug dealing and crime. Same deal. Come on. Like, you can't do one or the other. talk, if you're gonna talk, speak the truth about everything. Don't just be talking about this one over here. And I think it was personal. Maybe he had an issue with one particular person, or maybe he had a particular artist that not doing nothing, and not mean that they're not doing anything, but their numbers aren't going up, and so maybe he was upset. I don't know. But my thing is, if you're gonna talk about it, talk about it. Like, let's just talk about it across the board. Now, I'm not going to jump down on them because, like I said, back in the day, we had music that people didn't want to listen to. Like, our parents didn't like. We had artists that they didn't understand. So I'm not going to get down on all the music that's out today, because people didn't understand our music. We was backing that thing up and all that type of stuff that they was like, what is this? So I'm not going to get down on them 100%. But, you do have to understand that if you're going to say the rap is different and where rap has changed, you got to talk about all of rap. You can't talk about some of rap. So talk about it all so that we can really get a true indication of what is going on. What is the state? Say truly what you mean. Is it that you feel like that it has changed and you can no longer produce in this environment? Like, tell us the truth, Jermaine. What's going on with you, baby? What is it? What was you trying to say? Because I feel like it was encrypted. It was coded. Maybe that message was meant for somebody in particular. I don't know. But just with that being said, I think that male, female, we do have a ways to go. I think that we tend to glorify certain people and tend to glorify certain things. I don't know if it's getting a little deep on you. I don't know if it's actually systematic that they want these certain types of individuals to be popular so that we can see it, so that we all kind of fall in this same type of trap of being in this same type of box. But whatever the case may be, if you're going to talk about it, talk about everybody. All right, Jermaine? So this has been Millennials Anonymous. And we are going to be back again this Friday for Freeing Friday. We are going to be talking about another hot trending topic. So I will let you guys know, and we're going to post that below. But if you need to reach me, but if you want to reach me, like let's say you got some stuff going on, you want to be a guest, or you want to be a part of the millennial class, let me know. Reach out to us, and you can either DM directly on Facebook, or you can send an email to lisa@lisawinnie.com. So again, we will see you back on Friday for another hot and trending topic. Bye.